Hello everyone and most welcome to Alexander Technique 13 of the series. We will today go into awareness. Friedrich Matthias Alexander mentioned in his books Conscious Control of the Individual, Man's Supreme Inheritance, Use of the Self, very often that awareness is what it's about. And we are losing progressively awareness. Friedrich Matthias Alexander was extremely prophetic in his thinking. He knew exactly what was to come with modern man. Mind wandering today is one of the biggest problems among the youngs. And everyone is complaining of lack of focus, not being able to remember. Everything is a blank. I heard the other day, who is that French philosopher you speak about currently? I couldn't believe my ears. Speak about lack of memory. Who could that be? Repeated the last 30 years 50 times a day. I don't know. That did actually happen, yeah. It's amazing. The freedom we gain is intellectual freedom as well. I'd say modern academia is just a conditioning of empty concepts. You don't really learn anything other than hastily and quickly threw something out of your mouth. As shown by phonetics, maybe the strongest side of linguistics, we know these concepts to be empty. They don't make any sense. So let's have a look, see what makes sense, a healthy body. If Kalle, you can stand in front of the chair. We will today do Chandra Namaskar instead of the usual Surya Namaskar and see where the use we can have of the understanding of the hip joint. And now it's late. I think these hours between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock is when we tense up the most. We are awaiting the evening's rest, and we are in this intermediary zone where we want to relax, but we still have some work ahead of us. That usually means that we slump down and that we collapse. See if we can regain a little of that energy, the upwardness. This is not the most ideal place to do this. It's a low ceiling, no window, and the illumination here is hospital-wise. We're down at the bomb shelter under the university library in Gothenburg. Could be better places to do this. It would be hard here to think about Hawaii. You can do it. Very well, you did actually do it. So what did you think of?
The ocean in Cancun.
In Cancun? It's a beautiful ocean.
Yes.
Oh, you've been there?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So clear blue.
Wow. Didn't know you've been there. Wow. I've been there too. I visited the beach only briefly. Oh, that's a beautiful spot. So think of a little drop slowly going over the ridge of your nose and a great smile, a Cancun smile. You can think that you have, what do they call those drinks? Margarita in your hand.
Pina colada.
Or pina colada as well, yeah. Whatever drink that makes your yeah, lovely, isn't it? There are strawberry daiquiris, there are pina colada, you have margaritas, you have everything there. It's a nice balance I have built up here. So when I take you out to balance, you're flexible, you don't resist. So this smoothness is the absolute opposite of stiff-neckedness. Yeah, you're starting to feel this joint clearer and clearer. And you say, no, no, I will not habitually react. I will not do the academia thing and just produce ready-made empty terms. This is not solo scrittura. This is in the body, in the tradition. Very good. I'll ask you to flex your knees a bit if you can. See if I can take you into a little thing here. You can leave your hands at your side. I'll show you later what you can do with that. Very good. That's a nice monkey. And then we observe who kept the freedom. It's still here. You can nod, look around, and you can continue to think of Cancun. And there, I see it here. I can see Cancun coming to life. So, thoughts are small doings. Be careful with what you think. As shown by Benjamin K. Bergen and many others, every thought has a bodily effect. So if you think that you are in this horrid place, that will affect your status. You will become serious. And what we want to train here is to get the shoulders to the thing. Open up here. Think a directionality with the fingers going in that direction, even when I take the hand this way. Very good. That's fantastic. You can do it even more. Think about it even more. Yes, yes, yes. The arm is moving smoother here. And you put down there. Very good. Excellent. Continue to lengthen and widen. And here we take the more problematic left hand. So I'm defining the shoulders here, that you can feel them. Up it goes, down it goes. Have a directions with the fingers going that way. Very good, that's excellent. Fantastic. Can you feel the difference in the arm?
Yes.
It moves much more smoothly now. See, there's barely any friction. So you can imagine if you are working with your mouse and you do this move, it will not affect your elbow or here in your wrist because you're much looser now. So do that smoothness when you are working with the mouse. You will avoid repetitive strain injury. I think it currently affects 30% of the population in Sweden who's working with computers. We're suffering from over-computerization, if that is even a word. So I take you deeper down into the monkey, see if you can handle that one. That's really deep. Look, you are feeling the hip joint very good, and you are continue to direct yourself upwards, and Cancun is still here. I can really see this enormous smile. This is far from monosemic. This is joyous. How do you feel in this position? Some strain or?
It's okay. It's not the most comfortable. But it's
No,
okay.
no. Notice, yeah, you are very down in the position. But we'll try something. Add awareness above you in this low ceiling and where I'm standing. You can listen to my voice. Yes, this helps you to get an awareness of the background. Hello, hello. So you sound out the space around you. It's not this mathematical space created by misconception that math and arithmetic and geometry are connected. Yes, that's much better. And above you as well. That's it. There you go. And we can go up with that intention. Keep the awareness. Very good. Fantastic. Oh, it's a miracle. You are very clearly directed. Let's see what happened to the hands. Think of the fingers going forwards, even though I take the hand backwards. It's much smoother. And you let me move your arm now. Even his dominant side is a left-hander. You made that clear in the last episode. That is absolutely lovely. And here it's even softer since it's a non-dominant hand. And we're getting more of the effect of the shoulder blade here. What we want to avoid is a frozen shoulder and also repetitive strain injuries, both in the elbow, the shoulder blade. I think you would have continued to not use your shoulder. You can get these frozen shoulder blades like Paul has. He has had a nerve trapped for, I think, 4 years, somewhere here. Well, I think if you want to go on with the Chandra Namaskar, the evening greeting. Chandra Namaskar. So you keep that awareness of your hip and this joyfulness that you show now. You're absolutely shining.
Chandra Namaskar.
And every time you do one of these asanas or of the sort, put in a couple of stops here, thinking stops. So the thinking stops is when you stop and you bring awareness back of the above you, of the behind you. Don't lose that smile at the back of your head. Obviously, you don't have to actively smile all the time, but it does help actually. But the smile in the back of the head, behind your eyes.
And hips here. Can you adjust my position of the hips?
Yeah, sure. I wouldn't use the term adjust, but
Adjust, but
there's no adjustment to be done. See if I can further the awareness. For it to be 5 o'clock, you still have a very good awareness. Yeah, that's very good. Widen and lengthen here. And continue with Cancun, because I know you're thinking of Cancun. Must have been nice there. I think sun cream is needed. Very good. So project upwards even if you go down. So even when you go down, you go up, so to speak. It's a contradiction, I know. But even if you go down like this, you keep the upward direction. This is a good way to stop. This is an awkward position. This is when we usually tense. And there's no need to become red. You should be able to stand in this position with any effort. And the trick is, once you have this nice balance, the whole body becomes less strained. So it all starts with a head-neck balance. Remember, the head weighs a hefty 5.5 kilos or more or less, somewhere in that region. That's a lot of weight. And it presses directly on the most important things. Yeah, continue the Cancun feeling. Warmth, joy, pleasure, bodily sensations. What this training in awareness will do in the end is to strengthen your connection to your own body. Something that we are acutely losing in modern day. Proprioception, with another name. Don't forget to bring in the stops as well. Actively think freedom, liberation, humor. A duck rabbit in Cancun on a skewer or swimming around. I remember many years ago speaking of a duck rabbit there as a Swedish thing. It's a mixture between an eagle and a hare called a squatter. And I went with some Americans to the museum, and this animal turns up and they said, "Ooh, where does it live?" Well, I say, I'm not sure it lives anywhere outside the museum.
Just a cartoon or?
No, it's I put it together with two bodies. So they actually make it. It's called a skvader. This is similar in America, jackrabbit with horns, rabbit with horns. Very good. That's fantastic, Kalle. You made a stop yourself. So continue with the balance here. You can nod and you can say no to habituated. And do remember here the openness of the elbows so you don't lock your elbows. This will help because you still have the force to keep your body up in this position without locking the elbows. Neither the Chandra Namaskar nor the Surya Namaskar is working with locked elbows or locked knees. So keep it free here. Yeah, continue that way. And direct forward. Liberate the head. Let it move away. Let it go. Very good. Okay. You are doing the contradictive thinking in action.
Do you think I could possibly damage my back in this position? I'm not.
As long as you're free enough, you won't damage anything. Looks like a good position. Remember the freedom here. Widening and lengthening. And the more you learn the hip joint, the more you put attention to it, the more you learn for every day. And in the learning process, that would mean that you hurt yourself less. The great yogi Iyengar, still at the advanced age of 80, he didn't have any injuries from his yoga. And he did pretty advanced yoga. You look much more easygoing this time. Very good. And while you're in that position, think of a directionality with the fingers. Going up, up. That will loosen the arm. We take this tension away a little bit. Yes. You can still hold your body. You don't have to tense your arm. So the arm is just pointing upwards, upwards. Without too muscular effort. You can still keep it up. Yeah, very good. The whisk is going to fix these frozen shoulders. So up, up. Very good. Awareness. Think up, up. Lengthening, widening. Feel the ground. Very good. And I can actually tilt a bit using the monkey. Very good. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, yes. And going upwards, widening. Relax your forehead. Yeah. No need to be tensed. No tension here. It's a bit like magic. The more you put in direction, the more the tension disappears. So the direction is to contradict or make the tension go. So you direct instead of move, so to speak, or tense. Keep that lovely uprightness. Right? Uprightness. Yeah, uprightness. I think that's the word. Keep the awareness of what's above you, kilometers, and what is behind you.
Chandra Namaskar.
Chandra Namaskar. Very good. So you are now much more extended over the shoulders. We'll return to the monkey and see what happened. See the effects. So do trust in the effects. Directions are very small doings. Can borrow you once more. Yeah, I love your mobile. It's a simplified version that we need in the modern society. Not so much an app Android. Yeah, keep that smile. Now you see why in academia humor is the biggest enemy of them all. Goodness and evil. What does humor choose? It always chooses goodness. Because we are born to enjoy our lives. And I say seriousness is the very opposite of all human life and existence. Very good. You're much freer now. And you do project. Yes, and you do it even more now. There is a relaxation and you have become longer here. So only at this little part of the neck there has been an elongation. This is no longer than this, but it's obvious that it has become longer. Widen here, lengthen over the spine. And if you could do me the favor to flex the knees a bit. If we can. Yes, 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 yes. Smoother and smoother. Can you feel how much smoother this is? It's a big change. Direct forward. Yes, exactly like that. It's much better, isn't it? So you can imagine those working with a mouse. This is so much better. And we keep the openness here. Very good. Project forward, keep the openness. Cancun is still there. And the shoulder blade is coming there. Can you feel it? Going backwards. That way. Put it down here. Knees and fingers go that direction. You can also add your toes. Not necessarily you need to bring your fingers up, but you could do it. But I will help with the direction, and if you keep your elbows free like this, very good. Very good. And I will make the monkey a bit deeper. So you get a sense of the direction I'm pointing. So in the same way you do you do the ostensive definition in an Augustinian manner with your finger. You can imagine when you move about, you point with your head. So you don't do anything, but you're using your whole body as a pointer to something. Usually upwards, but if I'm tilted like this, I will point that way. If I'm tilted like this, that you often are in Chandra Namaskar, you will almost point to the ground. And that change in direction will take me up also, like this. So I can extend, lengthen and widen. As just tremendous. This is the first time we do 2 goings in one day, and the difference is astonishing. Just astonishing. You can remember the finger of God in the Sixteenth Chapel. That is actually quite similar. Proteggiu vostra ciutat. Widening. With this directionality, because now you train directionality, we can see that the hand is even moving even smoother. Less of a resistance, less of strain. This is the same movement as here. So if your neck is tense, the tension will come here, and in the long run you will hurt your elbow. Or if you do like this, you will hurt it here. Usually you get a tennis elbow instead of a wrist problem. So even those small things, or working with the keyboard, if you have that tension, there will be a tension here, and in the long run there will be damages done, and also to the neck. Looking very good. Absolutely astonishing. And I can see you're now learning how to project more and more. And thinking is a training. You never think the same thing twice. So it's like a bit like iteration, the Kanya word, speaking of Barcelona here. The more often you do it, it strengthens, becomes stronger. And you learn to do it in your mind to start with. It's called inhibition. You stop the habitual thinking. You are less and less solo scrittura. I will liberate you from this. Yeah, you're in very flexible, smoothness, softness going on here. Very good. Absolutely fantastic. Tremendous work done today. And I open up even more here, and it can take you up, and you continue up, up, up. Lovely. And go up to your full length and width. Now you're really up. Out of the monkey, so to speak. Now you're no longer a primate, you're a human being. Cancun, remember that. Sunshine, blue sea, maybe a snorkel around, some fins. This is absolutely excellent. Thank you very much. You are relieved of your duties. Cheers. And thank you for listening in. Have a beautiful day, morning or afternoon.